Please welcome the Jewel Tone Ladies Ensemble. Colors of Praise featuring April Doterive.
Vibrant colors fill this place. See the warmth in every face. Look around at the rainbow of people who come to praise. Single mother dressed in red stands next to a World War vet. And up in the front there are children all filled with grace. Oh, the candle glows and the spirit flows. The word's been brought to life.
We come together today, put every difference away to share our colors of praise. We bend our voices with love, reach out to the one God above. We shout with colors of praise.
We each walk our different paths, look to find a love that lasts. Here to paint a picture of gladness and joy in God. Some in t-shirts, some wear ties, many who have changed their lives. From the streets we have come to make this place our very home. Oh, the candle glows and the spirit flows. The word's been brought to life.
We come together today, put every difference away to share our colors of praise. We bend our voices with love, reach out to the one God above. We shout with colors of praise.
Colors of praise, yeah.
Oh, the candle glows and the spirit flows. The word's been brought to life. We come together today, put every difference away to share our colors of praise. We blend our voices with love, reach out to the one God above. We shout with colors of praise. We come together today, put every difference away to share our colors of praise. We blend our voices with love, reach out to the one God above. We shout with colors of praise. We come together today, put every difference away to share our colors of praise. We blend our voices with love, reach out to the one God above. We shout with colors of praise. Praise, praise.
Thank you. Welcome, everybody. Our beautiful Jewel Tone ladies. We have Rita, April, Jamie, and Karen, and they're going to be singing more for you later. Meanwhile, we'd like you to stand and keep singing along with us on a wonderful Daniel Namath song for the month of November called More Than Enough. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
There's more than enough in a universe that you...
Here we go.
There is more than enough in a universe that you created. There is more than enough on a planet of sacred design. There is more than enough for humanity made in your image. Why would I worry? Why would I doubt? Why would I ever think I'd go without? Why would I worry? Why would I doubt? Why would I ever think I'd go without? Your infinite love made me, made everything I see, and all that will ever be is your infinite love. Let my soul know the truth, whatever I choose to do, your infinite love will prove more than enough. what you created. There is more than enough on a planet of sacred design. There is more than enough for humanity made in your image. Why would I worry? Why would I doubt? Why would I ever think I go without? Why would I worry? Why would I doubt? Why would I ever think I go without? Your infinite love made me, made everything I see, and all that will ever be is your infinite love. Let the world know the truth, whatever we choose to do, your infinite love will prove more than enough. Your infinite love made me, made everything I see, and all that will ever be is your infinite love. Let the world know the truth, whatever we choose to do, your infinite love will prove more than enough, more than enough, more than enough. Good morning, Center for Spiritual Living. Welcome to our Sunday celebration service. For those of you who don't know me, I am Karen Allen. I am one of your staff ministers here at the center, and I am so blessed to see each and every one of you. For your presence is such a gift, truly is. Well, we are a center that honors all paths to God, all spiritual practices that bring you closer to that one. And we certainly are a place that nurtures that and that brings that forth in all that we do. You know, our philosophy, our founders believes that there is a power for good in the universe that is greater than you, and you can use it. And that is the truth. So let's start our service with the call to service, which is the lighting of the flames of faith. And we perform this ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all peoples, all faiths, all sentient beings come from the one great universal presence, which we call spirit. Fundamental to this truth is the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here today. We light the candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light the candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the candle for Islam, honoring the path of compliance with the will of God as the highest calling. We light the candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the candle for all forms of New Thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. And as practitioner Rick Dale lights the last candle, let it represent the path that you are on today.
Good morning, my brothers and sisters. Welcome to life. Let's pray. God is here, shining in every soul in this room and every soul that is observing this wonderful service. That power and that presence has created us in its image and likeness. And wherever there are two or more of us, that light is brilliant and that place is holy. And so what I know for us today is that we are each here to receive that which God provides. And we are here to give thanks for that gift and to be that gift. We are here to receive blessings and to be blessings and to give blessings. And that is exactly what we do. We can see God in the person sitting next to us, and we can know God within ourselves. And that is the greatest gift of life. So I give thanks for this. I give thanks for this service. I give thanks for every beautiful soul that is here today, and for the message, the music, the fellowship, the love. That is what God has given us today and continues to give forever and ever. And so I release these words into that wonderful spirit that always says yes, yes, yes. And we say together, and so it is. And now I think it's time to do an affirmation. What's an affirmation anyway? A statement of truth? Let's do today's together. Ready? Like you mean it. Today, I live as the power, joy, and magnificence of God in dynamic demonstration, and so it is. And now our declaration of principles. I believe in God, the one creative intelligence, operating through the universe and operating throughout my entire being, now and always. I believe this perfect spirit operates upon a law of mind and creates my experience exactly according to my belief. I believe this perfect creative intelligence can be used by me and by every other person to produce health, abundance, and love in mind, body, and total life experience. I use it now, and I rejoice in it, and so it is.
And now, please help me welcome up to the platform the Jewel Tones Women's Ensemble.
Yay. Thank you, Karen. So as my ladies are getting set up, we're doing a song, an old pop song. April knew it. I didn't know it, but it's really fun. It's called The Best Day of My Life. And it's like every day is the best day of your life. So this sort of celebrates all of that. And again, our singers are from stage right over there, Rita, April, Jamie, Karen, and myself popping in every once in a while. So you guys ready? Here we go. Best day of my life. Yay! 2, 3,
I had a dream so big and loud, I jumped high and touched the clouds. Whoa, oh, 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 whoa, oh, 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 oh. I stretched my hands out to the sky and danced with friends all through the night. Whoa, oh, 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 whoa, oh, 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 oh.
I'm never gonna look back. Whoa, I'm never gonna give it up. No,
This is just the start. Ooh, gonna be the best day of my life.
Here. Thank you, Jewel Tones. Let's give them another round of applause. That was wonderful. It's great to have the choir beginning to come back together. I know that there's going to be more where that came from, right? Yeah, more where that came from. Wonderful. Okay, so just getting my notes here. My name is Reverend Alice Reed, and I'm here to welcome you to our beloved community. I'm so glad that you're here with us today. We have been on a wonderful journey as we have been working through our committed giving campaign. And so throughout this campaign, it's been sort of, maybe if you've been in this community before, you're used to more balloons and parties and hoopla. And so this is the almost post-pandemic committed giving campaign. And instead, what we've asked you to do is really dig deep. And, you know, that's a little tongue-in-cheek. But the truth is, where we really wanted you to dig deep was to dig deep in your soul. To begin to look at this philosophy and to come back to it in a really powerful way so that you could come down and in and begin to do some practices that would really support you. And so in the first week, we asked you to look at those places where you might feel some resistance to spiritual practice, some places where you might have been holding back, and we entered into a practice that we invited you to take home with you called the love prayer. And in that prayer, it's so simple. We simply bring forward that which is disturbing us, that which is sort of upsetting things within us, and we just do the beautiful breathing mantra with the in-breath, I accept this, with the out-breath, I bless this. And then in the second week, we had a real treat. We had Reverend Judy come up, and she talked about the different levels of giving. And she asked us to really dig deep and to look at how the universe is forever pouring itself into life. And that we had an opportunity to replicate that, to really begin to let that idea of divine givingness move through us in all sorts of ways, and it was a wonderful opportunity and reminder. And in the third week, we looked at intentions, and we looked at the power of infusing our intentions in our actions and in the way that we gave. I invited you to, through a guided meditation, to look at what thriving meant for you, to use your imagination to bring that forward. And some of you were kind enough to do what I asked and to share some of your ideas of what a thriving community looks like. And I heard things like freedom and harmony, oneness, the idea of joy, the joyful abundance, to have enough for me and enough to share, an invitation for the community to really connect globally with all the things that are happening in the world, peace. It was some wonderful ideas. And so what I want to encourage you to do is to continue to bring up for yourself, what does thriving look like? To continue to take that into your meditation, because 2022 there's a wonderful theme, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a minute. I thought for now I would simply look at these week 5. This is week 5, and week 5 is about celebrating the triumphant journey. And what a perfect talk title. I often will do some research as I'm preparing for a talk, and as I was putting in the key words, the triumphant journey, it was so cool because we have literally hundreds of communities around the world who are speaking about this same topic. And you know what happens when we all go through a pandemic and we begin to go online? Our stuff is online. So when I go to do those key words, I saw center after center after center on the interweb. That was pretty cool to see our movement having this larger footprint And all because of this thing called pandemic. Because I know my colleagues were just like this center, just like the center I came from. We had a steep learning curve. We had to figure out how we were going to move through this pandemic and begin to continue to meet the needs and the connections that were so important to us in our community. And so ministers and their leadership everywhere began to learn the new skills of using the internet and beginning to reach out in that way. And one of the unexpected benefits is that we're touching more lives. That right now there are people who are watching us live on Facebook. And I want to tell you that there's a small but mighty group that meets us every morning live. But there's about, on average, 100 people who come back to the Facebook and watch it all week. So while you may look through this sanctuary and look around, we have a nice crowd here. You need to know that there's a larger movement that we are touching, and it's all because we have raised ourselves up. We have risen up to the challenges that were presented to us and continued to thrive. And so as I reflect, while I wasn't with you in March of 2020, as I reflect what this community moved through, is the journey that we've been on, we had to really shift how we were getting together. There was a wonderful movement of folks who began to find ways for us to connect as this community. And then I venture to say about a year ago or so, I don't know the exact date, you learned that your minister, your beloved minister of 22 years was retiring. And that was a big shift that this community had to move through. And so as I continue to reflect on our journey, the Center for Spiritual Living Capistrano Valley's journey, what I know is that you rose to that occasion as well, and you came together, you did visioning, and you began to really look at what it is that this community wanted to draw forth. And then I was minding my own business somewhere else, and I got this tug. What is that, I thought? And I ended up with you here. And what I want to say is that we need to, that's the biggest takeaway I want you to draw forth from this is that we really have a lot to celebrate. That as we look at this journey that we've been on for the last 21 months, yes, it's been 21 months, that there's a lot to celebrate about how much we pulled together and continued to thrive. There's a lot of shift that has been happening in the world, and I've started to liken the pandemic to a cocoon, right? We all had to kind of cocoon and draw inward and think about what it is that, or actually first respond, figure out what is this thing that's happening to us everywhere, and many of us drew within. And what I know about the whole process of a butterfly is that when you draw in the cocoon, everything that it used to look like dissolves, goes back to the primordial ooze, if you will. Sometimes maybe you've had a liquefying experience. You know what I'm talking about. I certainly had my share of liquefying experiences. But the really cool thing is that within the ooze, within the re-emergence, everything that is needed is already available and within. And when this community drew in, when this community began to reinvent itself and then come forward, well, I would venture to say that the cocoon is still kind of opening up. I've seen some pretty colors, right? I've seen some pretty colors within the cocoon, but I think we're still imagining who we want to be in this next iteration, in this post-pandemic, that age and era that we're moving into. And so as we finish this whole year of looking at this ancient wisdom and evolutionary vision, it's been our opportunity to really dive deep into that place of the imaginal cells and to allow them to gestate, if you will, really gestate. And so we have a lot of wonderful things planned for you this fall. This is sort of we're wrapping up in November this wonderful theme, and then we're going to drop into the holidays. We're doing a Thanksgiving Eve today service here in the sanctuary in person. We'll be doing a Christmas Eve service, candle lighting here in the sanctuary in person. So we're beginning to step out. And when we start moving into 2022, that'll be the time for us to begin to really walk it out. Whatever imaginal cells that have been moving through you, many of you are probably already walking out something new and different. Some of us get there a little sooner ahead of the other person, show the way. And so as we move forward into 2022, I'm really looking forward to seeing all the life that comes forward from each one of you. So those of you that are taking classes, those of you are continuing to do your spiritual practice, those of you that are really living this philosophy. I do have a couple quotes for you that I want to share with you. I tripped over a fellow by the name of Thomas Berry. Any of you familiar with Thomas Berry? Yeah. He is a he called himself, I didn't write this one down and I'm probably going to mess it up, but he was an individual that really understood culture. And so he was a historical expert when it came to cultures, and he spent a great deal of his time looking at how cultures shift and move, and he wrote some wonderful books. He was a cultural historian, and so he wrote about how each generational age or historical age has a particular task that must be accomplished. He posits that it's not a task of our choosing, but a role that's given. And so here's the quote. The nobility of our lives depends upon the manner in which we come to understand and fulfill our assigned role. I'm going to read that one more time. The nobility of our lives depends upon the manner in which we come to understand and fulfill our assigned role. And I'm going to venture to say, I'm going to do my own positing here and venture to say that that assignment comes at the soul level. And that when we look at this amazing philosophy that's referred to as science of mind, religious science, centers for spiritual living, as we look at the role that we have played as a movement that is still in its infancy at 100 years old, when you compare it to Buddhism or Hinduism or even Christianity, I mean, we're just beginning to hit our stride. I remember back in the 80s when nobody was really talking about New Thought. I mean, there was a smattering here and a smattering there. And I remember I was on the East Coast, and we were a little denser than you out here on the West Coast. But so my experience was that, you know, if you were to talk about anything other than the traditional approach to life, people would really give you side-eye, like, what are you talking about? And I remember there were a couple of authors that really just blew my mind, because they gave me an alternative viewpoint to reality. And that's what happens in our movement. When you come to this philosophy, you begin to embrace an alternative relationship to the world around us, that it isn't just that daily grind thing that, you know, get a job. I would say, I'll get in trouble, but I'll do it anyway. I would say the American dream. There was an American dream that you got a job, you had a family, you bought a house, you had a car, you retired. All of those things are wonderful. I'm not at all diminishing them. But there is something that's calling us forward at that soul level. Like, what does this all mean? And what is the meaning of my life? And what is the meaning of the world around me? And so Centers for Spiritual Living and this movement of consciousness where we are beginning to blossom as a culture is calling us to not only celebrate all the trappings of beautiful trappings of life, but to give them more meaning, to have more depth with them so that we can indeed be the way showers, the light bearers. And that's what this teaching gives us an opportunity to do. In the 2022 theme, I'm going to give you a little highlight of what's coming up for us, because I think it bears talking about as we look at where we're going to be as a community. And so in 2022, the theme is Living Everyday Wonder. And when I first heard that theme, just on the surface, it seemed a little fluffy to me. Living Everyday Wonder. We had been diving deep for 2 years now. Living everyday wonder, what does that mean? I'm going to give you another Barry quote, Thomas Barry quote. He writes, "We will recover our sense of wonder and our sense of the sacred only if we appreciate the universe beyond ourselves as a revelatory experience of that presence whence all things came into being." That's wonder, right? That's a depth of wonder. He goes on to say that indeed the universe is the primary sacred reality. We become sacred by our participation in this more sublime dimension of the world about us. And so if we look at this idea of living everyday wonder, we're talking about having a genuine, bona fide experience of the divine in our everyday lives. Now that's got a little more meat to it, doesn't it? And so when we move through that 2022 theme, we'll be looking at how it wants to show up in our community. And we'll be looking at how we want to begin to emerge from this cocoon of the pandemic and who we want to be and what thriving looks like. I've known of your community for probably most of my time in this movement, and I know that this community has a strong backbone and a large legacy. So as we move forward in 2022, this is your invitation to allow yourself to participate energetically, with volunteering, with taking classes. We'll be doing various workshops. How is it that you want to show up living in everyday wonder with our community? So this is week 5 of our committed giving program, and so I encourage you, those little cards that you keep seeing on your seats, they are opportunities for us to talk about how we want to be committed to this community. How do we want to show up? And it's not just about the financial support, because what we know is everything's created twice. First in consciousness and then in form. And financial support is just one way. It is your support energetically of what you want to create together and communally so that we can be part of this amazing philosophy that is changing worlds everywhere, changing lives everywhere in the world. The other thing I want to share with you is that you may not be aware that our movement is an international movement, but it is in its infancy at 100 years old. And so most of the support that we receive here at the center comes from our members and our attenders. And what we do with that support, you may not know this, but we tithe as a community. And so each month we invite our leadership to nominate places where we've been spiritually fed so that we can take the good that we receive and do more good with it. The other thing you may not know is that I am part of the global leadership of our movement, and I serve as your treasurer. And every 6 months, as a global movement, we get nominations for tithing recipients. And then we pick 6 through a process of intuition and discernment, 6 of those nominees, and then we support them for 6 months. So that, the donation that you make from the love that you feel because you've been spiritually nurtured goes into this beautiful cycle that then our community uses the finances that we receive to then do greater good in the immediate community around us with individuals and organizations. At the annual meeting in February, we'll give you a full list of who those folks were. And then your good also goes to the home office, to the global movement, so that we can support individuals and organizations that are really demonstrating doing good work that creates a world that works for everyone. So I just really want to broaden for you this idea of committed giving is really about stepping into the cycle of abundance, about being alchemists that can actually change the world by writing a check. It might, that whatever you do is perfect for you. But it does step into this beautiful circulation of love. And then whatever you do with the good that you receive from Spirit, whatever you do, infuse it with love. Infuse it with this idea of thriving, personal thriving, community thriving, world thriving. Because it is, as Raymond Charles Barker used to say, money is God in action. It is a condition that we are given good stewardship over. And so I want to thank you. I want to appreciate you as we look at this idea of celebrating the triumphant journey. It's about appreciating, it's about celebrating, and then demonstrating. Demonstrating the good that you have so freely received. And that demonstration shows up in your behavior, it shows up in your relationships, it shows up in the way you are in the world. It shows up in your inner life. We are each portals of the divine. And that's something to celebrate when we know it. When we are aware of that, that is something to celebrate. So I'm going to invite you to really think back to how you got started in this journey of awareness and consciousness, to drop into that place within. We can do it right now. I'm just going to invite you to just take a moment and think back to, maybe it was the first book that came forward for you. Maybe it was a TV show. Maybe it was a speaker. Just go within and think about the first time your mind was opened up. And then move forward, recalling those places where you continued to be invited forward, continued to be invited to open your awareness and your heart and your mind. There are many, many lights out there. First we see it, then we take it in, and then we are it. So celebrate. Celebrate your spiritual journey. Celebrate your triumphant journey to this point. Journey's not over yet. Journey's not over yet. But we certainly are at a place where we can celebrate where we are. So I want to thank you very much for this morning and for participating in our Committed Giving program. And so I'm going to, as I like to do, let's pray, and I'm going to start our prayer with a simple quote. As we close our eyes, we move beyond surviving to thriving by honoring the everyday magic that happens when we choose to live in an awakened, conscious life. And so as we think about that awakened, conscious life, we know that that is indeed our legacy, that each one here has chosen to live that awakened life, to be that place where spirit shows up. And so I know in this moment, as we are celebrating all the things that have happened to bring us to this place of becoming, that we stay open, that we allow ourselves to be guided forward into whatever it is that is our next yet to be. And I completely trust that the universe isn't done with us yet. It will continue to support every step along the way, just like we have been supported up until now. And I know for each person in this room, each person within the sound of my voice, that they easily recall all the times that Spirit has supported them and all the ways through that we have walked out knowing that greater good is ours. And so I bless each one. I bless this community. I bless this beautiful committed giving campaign that allows us to be in this really powerful cycle of abundance. I know that each one is blessed and that there is no private good. And so I simply anchor this prayer knowing that we are all served in so many ways by saying, and so it is. Thank you. And now it's time to bring back our jewel tones.
Thank you so much, Reverend Alice. It's beautiful. Our next song is a beautiful prayer called I Believe, and it's not the Believe song that everybody's very familiar with. This is a new one. And I just wanted to read you a few of the lyrics. Every day is a new day, full of possibilities. Everything I think or do is uniquely me. Will I be a gift to the world, living full and free? In my heart, I know I can. This I believe. I believe in hope. I believe in goodness. I believe that everyone has value. I believe in peace. I believe in kindness. I believe that love will win the day. I believe that I can change the world in powerful ways. In my heart, in my mind, I believe. And we have the lovely ladies here. Rita starts us off with this.
Every day is a new day, full of possibilities.
Everything I think or do is uniquely me.
Will I be a gift to the world, living full and free? In my heart I know I can. This I believe. I believe in hope. I believe in goodness. I believe that everyone has value. I believe in peace. I believe in kindness. I believe that love will win the day. I believe that I can change my world in powerful ways. In my heart, in my mind, I believe. Every day has beauty if I but choose to see
The promise and potential of all humanity.
as I speak a word of encouragement to someone who's in need. I make my world a better place, living
our beautiful Jutalites who volunteered all these months. We've been practicing and practicing, and I'm so grateful for the gift of their heart and their time and talent. They're going to stay up here because they're going to do something for offertory.
So beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your gift. And now it's time for us to share our gifts, our financial gifts to our center. And for those of you who are here, we have baskets at each of the doors if you want to place your check in there or your cash. And there's also a way to give online at our website, www.cslcv.org. You can pay via PayPal or you can mail in a check. So thank you for ahead of time for your gifts. And let's say our prosperity affirmation together. My offering is my acceptance of God as the source of my supply and symbolizes my faith in the abundant flow of this supply.
Thank you, Karen. Our next song is called A Song for Mother Earth, and it's a Native American chant. And when I came across it, of course, I immediately thought of our dear beloved Gene Stone and all of his special ceremonies and workshops that he did for us with the Native American songs and talks and all of that. So this is our tribute to Gene. God bless you, Gene. And also as we welcome in next week Thanksgiving and our first welcomers for us white folks, the Native Americans. We're so grateful. So we've got April and Karen joining me on this one, and Jamie playing tambourine, and David on hand drums, and Bill on bass. Here we go. The earth is our mother. We must take care of her. The earth is our mother. We must take care of her. Hey, yana, hey, yan, yan. Hey, yana, ho, yana, hey, yan, yan. Her sacred ground we walk upon. With every step we take, her sacred ground we walk upon. With every step we take. Ancient Ayana, Hoyana, hey, I hear you calling. Ancient Ayana, Hoyana, hey, I hear your song. The earth is our mother. She will take care of us. The earth is our mother. She will take care of us. Ancient Ayana, Hoyana, hey, ancient Ayana, Hoyana, hey, I hear your laughter. Ancient Mother, I taste your tea. Ayana, Hoyana, hey, yan, yan. Ayana, Hoyana, hey, yan, yan. Ayana, Hoyana, hey, yan, yan. Thank you to my ladies for helping us out.
So beautiful. Aho. So I'd like to acknowledge anyone who is here for the first time. Are there any first-time visitors? No? Oh, yay. Welcome. Thank you for being here. And we do have a gift for you, and we will find you and give that to you. So thank you. today, not not any other time. Okay, and I'd like to express gratitude for everyone who participated in this service, because it really takes a village to make this happen. So first, I'd like to thank our music and choir director, the fabulous Diane King-Van, for all she does. This woman is amazing. Our band, Ed Cusby on guitar, Bill Dixon on bass, and David Page on the drums. Thank you all. And for those beautiful Jewel Tones women, thank you for your beautiful gift. You guys are awesome. And Rick Dale for helping us song lead today. And we have behind the camera, Noir. In the sound booth, we have Josh Schreiber and Clark Wilson and Mary Brogdon. And all the people who were greeting you as you came in, thank you. And if you have volunteered in any way, shape, or form this week, please stand and let us acknowledge you. Yay. Thank you. And if the practitioners who are in service today could remain standing, these people are available for you after the service to provide prayer. There will be 2 in the back of the room and 1 in the tranquility room. So please avail yourself of this gift to you on Sunday. And I think we have invitations. So Rick Dale's going to come up and provide those for us.
Boy, do we have invitations for you. Also, I would like to acknowledge the song leading of Karen Allen. Conscious Connection meets in the sanctuary right here at noon after each Sunday service for a small group discussion about the ideas presented in the day's message. Shifting Sands will not meet this Thursday in observance of Thanksgiving. It will resume the following week. The Centers for Spiritual Living's annual convention for 2022 is coming to SoCal on January 18th through the 21st. The theme for this year is Embrace the Now. The location is the Hyatt Regency Hotel and Spa at Indian Wells, California. Early bird registration of $499 has been extended to November 30th, and after that, the price will increase to $599. In addition, the hotel rooms are going fast, so reserve your space today. December 5th is quickly approaching. It is our annual holiday brunch and boutique. If you'd like to reserve a table for your handcrafted products to sell at the event, sign up on the kiosk or see Reverend Karen. Also, during the service that same day, December 5th, we are having a special ceremony to install our newest practitioners, Jody Charton and Mary Casa. This is a very special day, for our center as we honor these beautiful beings who so lovingly serve us with their consciousness and prayers. This Wednesday, November 24th at 7 p.m., we are having a very special Thanksgiving Eve Taizé service. There will be brief periods of quiet time, special music, and various readings to move you to a place of gratitude. We will also have a sacred ceremony to honor our higher selves. Then immediately following the service, we will be treated to catered desserts in lieu of the traditional dessert potluck. And in case our viewers want to know, the service will be strictly a live event, no live streaming, so you got to show up. For a list of all the happenings at our center, as well as the Zoom links to all online meetings, please read your bi-weekly emails. And that is the invitation. Sa. Shall we sing?
Yes.
Everybody on your feet.
Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for my friend, Spirit, thank you for my friend. Thank you for my friend, Spirit, thank you for my friend. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friend. my wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Thank you for my health, Spirit, thank you for my health. Thank you for my health, Spirit, thank you for my health. My radiant, my radiant, my radiant health. My radiant, my radiant, my radiant health. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day.
And so we give thanks. We give thanks for our time together. We give thanks for our beautiful lives, our community, our greater community. I know that as we move into this week of Thanksgiving with family and with friends, we bring that into ourselves knowing that we are truly blessed, and so it is.